Good morning, all of you. I am Mrs. Nivedita Panda from Civil Engineering Department, and we are going to study about the forecasting of population of a particular location of a particular city. So there are four methods. In the previous discussion, we have already discussed about what are the four methods, how we will calculate the population of that city using these three methods. So first one is a arithmetical increase method, second one is a geometrical increase method, and third one is a incremental increase method, and the last one is decreasing rate method. So how we will go for the calculation? We have taken the population of 4 years so that we can able to calculate the expected year of 2030, 2040 and 2050. So for that, for calculating the 2030 and 2040 and 2050, we have record the previous four decades. So that in 1990 the population was 8,000, and in 2000 the population was 12,000, in 2010 the population was 17,000, and in 2020 the population was 22,500. So by using arithmetical increase method, we will calculate the population of that particular area. So when we can able to know, in 1990 the population is 8,000, and in 2000 the population is 12,000. When we will subtract from 12,000 to 8,000, the value we will get 4,000. That is the increase in population in 2000 in as compared to the 1990 years. Then in 2020 the population is 22,500, and in 2010 the population is 17,000. So when we will subtract from 22,500 to 17,000, then the value is 5,000. Then when we are calculating about the 2020 and 2010, the 2020 population is 22,500, and in 2010 the population is 17,000. So when we are subtracting this value, we are getting the value 5,500. So after that, we can take the total. What is the total increase in population? When we will add these three value, we will get 14,500. And if we are going for the calculation of average of that increase in population, then 14,500 divided by 3 equals to, we are getting 4,833. After getting this, we will go for the next slide. By using this formula, as I have told in the previous discussion, that Pn equals to P plus N into I, where P is the present population, I is the year or per decade. You have to calculate the population. In 2030, we will go where the present population is 22,500. When we are going for 22,500 is the present population, and 1 is the decade N. For 10 years, we are taking 1 decade. So always remember that N will be constant, that is 1. The N value will remain constant, that is 1. And 4,833 is the average population what we have calculated. Average increase in population that we have calculated already, that is 4,833. Then whatever value we are getting, 27,333, that is the population, expected population of 2030. After that, when we will go for calculation of 2040, then we will take the present population of 2030 to calculate the 2040 population. Here we will take 27,333 plus 1 will remain constant, that is N, I have already told you, and this is the average increase in population, that is 4,833, and the total value by after calculating we are getting 32,166. So after calculation of the 2040, we will go for the calculation of 2050. So here we will take the present population of 2040 to calculate the 2050 population. So here we will take the value of 2040 population, that is 32,166. Here N will remain constant, and 4,833 is the average increase in population, and the value we are getting after the calculation is 27,333. So in this way, we can able to calculate in arithmetical increase method what is the expected population is going to be held in 2030, 2040 and 2050. So next we will go for the calculation of the same problem in geometrical increase method. So it is better as compared to the arithmetical increase method, because here we in arithmetical increase method, we are just taking the increase in population only. But here in geometrical method, we are taking the percentage increase in population. So here we are calculating what is the percentage increase in population of that particular area. So in 1990, already we all know that the 88,000 is the population. So in 2000 it is 12,000, in 2010 it is 17,000, 2020 it is 22,500. So in the previous year, what we have done in arithmetical increase method, we can repeat here only, just finding out the difference from the 12,000 to 8,000, what is the difference? 17,000 to 12,000, what is the difference? 22,500 to 17,000, what is the difference? We are just finding out the difference. Then we are calculating the total. What is the total increase in population? Then we are going to calculate the average percentage per decade, that is 4,833, what we have found out in arithmetical increase method also. Then we will go for the percentage increase in population. When we are going to calculate the percentage increase in population, then we have to calculate, this is the increase in population divided by 8,000. 4,000 by 8,000 into 100, that is equals to 50%. Okay, so here we can able to know that in 2000, 50% population has been increased as compared to 1990. Okay, according to this process, we will repeat it again. 5,000 is the increase in population divided by 12,000. Okay, into 100, that is equal to 41.7%. That is the increase in population in 2010 as compared to 2000. Okay, according to that, in 2020 also the population difference is 5,500. So 5,500 divided by 17,000 into 100, that we are getting 32.4%. So what is the total increase in percentage increase in population? We are adding all these things and the value we are getting 124.1%, and is the average for decade is equal to 41.37. So in this process, this is very quite better as compared to the arithmetical increase method, because here we are not only calculating the increase in population, but also we are calculating the percentage increase in population. That's why it will it will give better result as compared to the arithmetical increase method. Okay. So next, this is the geometrical increase method. After calculating the percentage increase, next we will go for the expected population in 2030, 2040 and 2050. So these are the formula what we have already discussed, that is P whole into 1 plus I by 100 to the power n, and n value is always constant. I have already told you that is the value is 1, as we are calculating per decade, and per 10 years we are calculating 1 decade. So n value is always 1. So here what we have done in the problem, you may confuse over here. What I have done, here is P is written, here 1 plus I by 100 to the power n. So what I have just multiplied. We have just opened this bracket and multiplied. That is equals to P, n equals to P plus I by 100 to the power n into P. I have just done here this process. So what is the P value? I have already told you this P value is 22,500, because previous value only we will take. For the present value, we can able to know how value will change in 2030. So in 22,500 plus 41.37, what we have got, percentage increase in population average, divided by 100 into 22,500, then the value we are getting 31,808. So when we are going for the calculation of 2040, we have to take the present population of 2030 to calculate the population of 2040. So in 2040 we are taking 31,808 plus what value we have taken here, that is percentage average, increase in percentage average, that is 41.37 by 100 into 31,808, that is the value we are getting 44,967. So by taking the present population of 2040 to calculate the 2050 population, so here we are taking 44,967 plus average increase in population that we have calculated previously, that is 41.37 by 100 into 44,967, and the value we are getting 63,570. So these are the values we can able to get expected population according to the geometrical increase method in 2030, 2040 and 2050. Next, we will go for the population in various decades according to incremental increase method. So incremental increase method, what we are doing, we are taking the all previous aspects what we have done in arithmetical increase method. Basically, here are the years, here are the population, and here are the increase in population. As we can able to calculate the increase in population by subtracting from the previous year. So 12,000 minus 8,000, that we are getting 4,000. Accordingly, we can able to find out these values, total values and average values that we have previously calculated also. In incremental increase, what we are doing extra thing, we are finding out what is the increase in population with these 2 decades. So here is 5,000, here is 4,000. When we are subtracting from 5,000 to 4,000, so we are getting in a positive result, that is positive 1,000. When we are going for 5,500 minus 5,000, that we are getting 500. So what is the total amount? That is 1,000 plus 5,000, 500 equals to 1,500. So what is the average value? 1,500 by 2 equals to 750. So we are getting to average value of incremental increase method. Okay. So after calculating that, we will go for the expected population in 2030, 2040 and 2050. So according to that, the formula is P plus Pn equals to P plus N whole into Ia plus Ic. So what is Ia and what is Ic? That too we have to add. Here what is happening? Ia is the arithmetical average arithmetical increase and I is the average incremental increase. These two things we have to add and we have to multiply it with the decade, that is always constant, that is 1, and P is the present population and Pn is the expected population. So expected population in 2030, what we are doing? We are taking P, the value is 22,500. That next is 1. As it is 1, I am not written here 1. Okay, everything you can multiply by 1, you will get the same result. That Ia value is, we have already calculated, 4833 plus average of incremental increase is 750. So we are adding these two things and whatever result we are getting, that is 28,083. So that is the expected population of 2030. So in 2040, what is happening? So we are taking the present population of 2030 for the calculation of 2040 population. So here 28,083 plus these two all will remain constant because we have calculated previously 4833 plus 750. The result we are getting 33,666. Then in 2050, what is the value we will get in 2040? That we will take the present population for the 2050. So here the present population is 33,666 plus 4,833 plus 750. That is equal to 39,249. So this is the present population, expected population calculation according to the incremental increase method. Next, we will go for the decreasing rate method. So this is the last method for the population forecasting. So these are the years which is given here and this is the population which has been recorded previously. So these are the increase in population. These things we are doing in the 4 methods. Increase in population first step. So we have to divide these things, subtract these things. 12,000 minus 8,000, we are getting 4,000. Likewise, we have to find out all the values of increase in population. After that, we have to add all these things and what is the total increase in population. Then we will find out the average. So next we will go for percentage increase in population. What are the percentage increase according? This process also repeated in your geometrical increase method. So 4,000 divided by 8,000 into 100, that is equal to 50%. So likewise here 5,000 divided by 12,000 into 100, that is 41.7%. Next 5,500 divided by 17,000 into 100, that is 32.4%. So these are the all percentage we are finding out. Then we will find out what is the decrease in the percentage increase. So what is the decrease in the percentage increase? So we have to subtract 50 minus 41.7. So what is the value we are getting? That is positive 8.3. So according to this process, here is 32.4% and it is 41.7%. When we will subtract, we will get the value 8.3%. Positive, all are positive because it is decrease in increase percentage. So we have to add these things and we are getting 17.6%. And what is the average? That is by 2, that is 8.8%. Next, we will go for the expected population calculation. After getting these results, then we will go for percentage increase in population. So, in 2030, we have to find out what is the net increase in population. We have to find out the average decrease in increased population is 8.8, that we have already find out. Then we have to subtract this value from each and every previous percentage increase what we have calculated. So last one we can also see, that is 32.4% minus 8.8%, that is equal to 23.6%. Next is your 23.6% minus 8.8%, that is 14.8%. Next is 14.8% minus 8.8, that is equal to 6%. That is, then we will go for the expected population calculation. This is called 22,500, which is the present population. This formula is equal to the geometrical increase formula. So I have not written over here once again. 22,500 plus 23.6 by 100 into 22,500, then the value we are getting 27,810. Then we are putting this value 27,810 in place of 2040 as a present population for calculation of the expected population of 2040. So 27,810 plus 14.8 divided by 100 into 27,810, then the value we are getting 31,926. Then we are putting this value as a present population for calculation of 2050, that we are taking 31,926 plus 6 by 100 into 31,926, that is the value we are getting 33,842. So these are all the 4 methods which we have studied, and how we will calculate the formula, that you can able to know, and you can practice more and more problems so that we can solve more problems. Thank you.